Oh wait.
No, it's good.
Yeah. It'll hit the fence otherwise.
It's live, by the way.
Oh. Did you start that?
Yeah.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum to all those listeners, all the people watching here from home. We are just about to kick off between Stanmore A and the Watford Al Zahra team in the Unity Games semi-final. That's my co-host is here with me, Ali Daris, and Dats, what are your thoughts for the game?
It's an interesting game. Watford are yet to concede this tournament, and Stanmore had a bit of a tough quarter-final game yesterday against Dar, where they went to extra time. So it's interesting to see how the fatigue will affect the Stanmore team.
A very interesting game that you mentioned last night, the Dar game. Of course, Stanmore were down 3-1 in that game, but an absolute wonder performance from Huskul pulled out a 4-3 Stanmore dub. But of course, the boys did expend a lot of energy in that game, so it would be interesting to see how much they've got left in their tank. And
Mohib Hussein Barwani, the volleyball will commence at some time after this game, and then the football finals will be at 5 p.m. and then volleyball after that. But for now, we are sticking to football. There are no volleyball fixtures at this current moment in time, just solely football. It's interesting how the Stanmore team have set up. It will be Yasin and Mahdi Blue at the back. Ladda's, the usual starting centre-back, is actually out with a cracked rib.
A cracked rib, I believe.
Cracked rib, which happened in the Mombasa game. And then it looks like Mogo and Abbasi will be playing in the middle, Maz and Huskul on the wing, and Amir Ali up top.
So a fairly attacking lineup here from Stanmore, considering they don't have any natural defenders on the pitch.
And for Watford, it's Darwish in goal, Mohammed Ansari, and I don't think Naksh is starting. He's not. But
no, he's not
HK in the middle with Abdali, Mehdi Fadil on the left, Yusuf Al-Najfi on the right, and Doki up top.
Early chance here for Watford as they have the ball out in the corner, and it's a goal kick to Stanmore. After some good defending there, coming across from Yasin and Mogo looking back to come and defend. Zamin Shabir, who's been fantastic this tournament, is going to take this goal kick. A quick early start from Watford straight into the attack.
Right.
Long
So
goal kick
long
up
goal
to
kick
Amers.
up to Amers, and Watford's number 10. I think his name is Fazal, or I'm not really sure, to be honest. And that's Yasin.
Yasin, and Dibby's going to win that free kick to Yasin. Couple of minutes gone in this game so far. He goes across to Yasin. Naturally a midfielder playing at the back here, got a lot of drive in his game, had a very good tournament so far. Amiri's going to go across, and Watford are going to see that out for a goal kick. It's interesting to see whether I think this game's going to be about who settles first. Really, it's very, very hot at the moment. And,
it's back.
And Yasin's got the ball.
There.
He's taking on. He plays it inside to Mogo. Nicely done from Yasin.
Who's going to
Mogo dribbles through. Plays it out to Maz. Maz looks across to Huskul at the back.
And it's out by
Watford clear, and the counter's on.
Who passes it to Doki, who's going to try and take players on. He brushes off Yasin and finds Mehdi Fadil on the
Mahdi Blue coming across to defend there, to see him out. Mahdi, good defending, just jockeying there. Mogo coming across to help. The ball's here at the left side of the Stanmore half. HK takes it up in the middle. Under pressure from Abbasi. Plays it back out to Mehdi Fadil. Plays it inside to Abdali. Back to Fadil. This is nice football from Watford. Mogo, good pressure there to not let him turn. HK comes inside. Zamin's going to watch that near post. Good save
save from Zamin.
To his left from Zamin.
Doki's really good at doing is pretending to go for a shot and fakes a ball, and then he sells the defender.
The thing we've noticed about Watford so far is that they are very hard to get the ball back from because of the strength in their attack. They operate really well in tight spaces, and especially Doki up top is really good at holding the ball, bringing his players into the game. HA is going to take this from the left-hand side.
He's put two hands up. You know that means it's a floated ball to the front post, and Mahdi's out. But HK still has the ball there. He's going to try and take on Yasin, but
Yasin, good pressure there. The ball comes back out to this corner. Maz is watching him. Maz versus Doki. Ooh, fakes inside. Maz still got him. Slows the play down. Looks across. Plays it into HK. HK is going to lay off the edge of the box. Shot comes in. Goes
outside the building. And I'm going to go get that football as the commentary box is located right near there.
He's coming. Stanmore with some good defence there. Interesting to see. Ninja, the ball's back. Zamin going to take this goal kick. He's going to look out wide to Mardi Blue. Instead, goes up long, looking for Amers. Amers loses out. Dibby going to collect his ball. That's out for a Stanmore throw. It's good defending here from Stanmore, but Watford have started better in attack. Amers plays it back out to Dib. Dibby under pressure on that ball, plays it back out to Yasin. Yasin goes back to Dibby. Dibby switches it to her school beautifully. Lovely touchdown. Looks for Amers. This is some nice football here from Stanmore. Oh, well across by
number 10.
Oh, number 10. I thought that was sorry. Number 10 coming across. Plays it up to Doki. Under pressure from Yasin. He's not going. Yeah, he's not getting through there. And Abbasi on hand. Maz is now tracking across. Two come over here to help Mehdi. Under pressure from Mogo. Switches out, there's no one there on the left-hand side, and that's good defending again from Stanmore, who have started well.
I think Mehdi thought the ref was
a player, yeah, to be honest. As he switched, I did it as well. The ref confusingly a little bit, standing in the shade and in black, and also on the pitch.
Yeah.
For those of you who haven't been watching too much, we have two referees on the pitch. It's quite confusing to watch. And often we've seen some conflicting decisions. One ref plays on, and the other ref wants to signal. So there's a lot of stop-start in this game, but this one has actually flowed quite well so far.
While the game is Mujahid Rajani, the Toronto Dubai is being live streamed on another stream. I think there is some commentary on that, but it's on a different link.
Yep, that is indeed correct. There is. Actually, the other game is definitely being live streamed. It's going to be on another channel. This one is solely going to be just the Stanmore Watford game.
Hussein Pirbai, I see you. And that's a throw. I think it's another Stanmore throw there. Yeah, and I think Yasin is going to come across to take that. Interesting that Mahdi Blue is going to sit as last man.
Mahdi, who I think has really matured this tournament into a fantastic, calm centre-back, really showed his class in a game against Madagascar. Hussein turns in the box, almost spins past the last defender. That Watford counter-attacks on, and they're attacking in numbers here. Looking at, a poor pass out ends the attack. You could have seen about 3-on-2 there, but a poor pass from a Watford player sees that go out for a Stanmore throw. And Mardi's going to take this from the left-hand side. Mardi looking up, doesn't see many options, goes up to Hus, doesn't get it. Keeper's going to call that, and he's going to collect. Stanmore just getting back into their shape. Amirali going to go across to that ball. I'm sorry, looking for an option. Goes up long. Well won there from Maz. Abbasi picks up the ball, gives it to Mardi. Mardi looks long to Amers. That's a beautiful ball in there. Unlucky from Amirali not to take that under control. But that's nice from Mardi to see the gap and play a very good pass. As I was just saying earlier, I think it's really played well this tournament against Madagascar. If the highlights are around, you will see a very well-spirited performance there, where I think he found his own in defence, and since then has pretty much played consistently there. The school going to put pressure on this ball.
Sorry, out to Mehdi Fadel on the right, who chests it down very nicely, and he's going to try and take on Mahdi Blue. He's going to try and create space for a shot, but Mahdi Blue is there,
follows him all the way. Beautifully done by Mahdi. It looked like he had him there. Comes back across. And Moga's got time there.
Time on the ball, but Doki's coming in to pressure him. Releases it to Abbasi. Abbasi back to Yasin. Very composed football there. Yasin out there to Mogo.
Nice touch.
First touch was a bit shaky, but he managed to keep the ball in play.
Referee.
And that's a foul from HK.
Yes, unfortunately, just the one angle for this game. The other two cameras are focused on the Toronto game at the moment, so this is as much as we can handle, unfortunately. I believe there has been a sub. Mutz has come on for, I think, Amers.
Yes, that's correct.
Mutz hustles back. Oh, interesting. From up here, it looks like he had got the ball, but I think the ref saw him coming from behind and didn't have much option but to give that free kick.
I think it looks like Huskell is going to stay out wide and Mutz is going to continue to play up top, so it's just a straight swap. And that Doki's trying to take on Yasin. There's a bit of hands there from Doki, and usually the refs do give that as a foul, so I'm not sure why they're not being very consistent on that front.
Fantastic defending there from Yasin, but a little bit of a push out there, and I think the ref wanted to have a word. He's going to speak to his other referee there. Yeah, the ref's going to have a word with Yasin there about his use of about the push on Doki just there at the end. He's not happy that Yasin reacted like that. Though it did look like Doki did push him off the ball there, but Yasin there just staying composed. Huskell's going to go out and pressure this short corner. Into the box it goes. Fantastic touch there from HK. Good block from Yasin again. And Zamin's going to collect. That's Yasin playing really well.
He throws it out to Mutz, who needs to come to the ball because Ansari is a very quick player. There's the ball with Ansari again, who is being pressured by Huskell, who passes it out onto the left to Yusuf El-Najafi. It looks like Zaman put his hand up for offside, but I don't think he knows that there are no offsides this tournament. And Yasin
in there by Yasin again.
What's interesting is Doki is actually wearing Ali Ansari's number 3 kit, which is quite confusing because usually we're used to him wearing the number 7. Oh, it's very unlucky. The ball was stuck under Mehdi Fadl's feet over there.
After a fantastic fake from Doki there to bring him back into the play.
I did mention this earlier in the game. He's very good at going for a little fake into a ball roll, and it seems to.
Oh, nice.
Took it around the keeper, but unfortunately the cutback was not.
Ghosted around the keeper there, but good recovery.
The score is 0-0 still. And we are just maybe I'd say about 7 minutes into the first half, so there's still some time to go.
Looks like both teams actually struggling to play at their full tempo because, as we mentioned earlier, it's really hot.
Yeah, I think it's around 47 degrees at the moment, which is quite hot for Dubai, even in the summer.
And Abbasi's going to play the ball across. Oh, early chance ball! And a fantastic save from Darwish.
Who's out quickly. Maybe Hus could have just chipped that over him because he did come out really quickly and went low really quickly.
Yeah, just as Ninja mentions here, that Darwish closed the angle super fast and didn't give Hus much of a gap to aim at.
Yeah.
But that's Stanmore's first real chance. So
cut
now
them open with one pass.
It looks like now that Stanmore sort of getting back into the game after some good early chances from Watford. That corner's going to come in and it's going to go out for a Stanmore.
Interesting that Stanmore are going for a corner in the air because we know that Watford are very good aerially, especially Abdali and Ansari, very good at winning headers. So perhaps Stanmore should try maybe like a low-driven cross into the front post.
Abdali, of course, still playing with a broken nose. Yeah. Amazingly, I think we have to give credit to the fact that a day after he broke his nose, he was back on the pitch playing, which is phenomenal. A strong challenge there, which was surprised that the ref has allowed to play on. It was a good tackle, but they like to stop those.
It's Mahdi Blue going out to Mahdi Fadl, who's quite techie, and Doki, heavy touch by Abdali, but he managed to keep it in play. And Yasin's gonna.
Yasin needed Mogo to move there.
But Doki kept it in play. Looks like he's going to try and create space for a shot, but
well kept out by Mahdi.
So Barsley, who's on the ball, who's being pressurised by HK, and unfortunately he kicks it out for
Barsley. Surprised I didn't see him play it down the wing there to Mutz.
Pirabai, that's a bit naughty, mate. But we'll let it slide because it's in the comments. Just let us know if you can actually hear us because we're not even sure. We haven't tested this at all.
Give us a little wave from London if you can.
Hus, give us a wave. They need to close down that shot because Fadil does have a very good shot.
Oh, that's pinged off the back of
Abdali,
as well.
yeah, so
Mogo's going to recover that, and referee, that has
Yeah,
got to be
there was some pulling back from Mehdi Fadil over there, who's standing right in front of the ball, and I believe the rules are 5 meters away. So
in fact, the referee's moved the ball instead, interestingly enough. Marty's going to, he sees Mutz with his hand up. He doesn't want to give it, he's reluctant to give it over Abdali, but he's going to go for it anyway. Gave that a bit late there, Marty. And that's going to be out for a Stanmore throw after a good header away.
I've got a request to keep updating the score as new people are joining in. So at the moment it's still 0-0. I think we're approaching the last quarter of the first half. I can't confirm that because I don't have the time. Next half I'll start timing it.
Yeah, sorry, this we are experienced commentators, but this was a very rushed setup for us in the end. We just about managed to pull this one off. And Mutz is going to take that towards the corner flag. He rolls it back to Hus. Hus looks across, sees Abasti on the far side. It looks like it could just be a bit over here, but Abasti's going to keep that in. He plays it down the wing.
To Maz.
Excellent turn there by Maz. Maz is going to bring that across.
Oh! And very unlucky.
Mutz goes flying across there. Just gets a touch, and that ball came fizzing in, so he's put that over. Both teams now starting to create chances, and this is really opening up his game. For those of you who have just joined us, the score is still 0-0. We'll continue to update.
I think Stanmore have looked a bit more dangerous in terms of their 2 chances they've had. Watford have created some chances, but there hasn't been any finishing. They had that one shot which Zamin saved, but they've got into the box, but it's just that one, the final pass that they couldn't get correct. So.
Yasin also just taking a few minutes off the pitches. We see big Asif Rajavali come on, who. I mean, it's very easy to see there.
Look at the size. Look at the size difference between Asif Rajvali and number 9, Yusuf.
Asif looking like he's a bit closer in height to the floodlights than he is to that number 9. But he. What's this stop here? Oh, the ball's gone out of play.
I threw it behind on the pitch. I threw it here.
Is it possible to zoom in a bit? The play moves so fast that we're unable to actually control the camera.
Unfortunately, we're using a phone this time round. Hopefully, for the next game, we'll be using a proper camera where they'll be able to zoom. The score is still 0-0. Hus, I note that you said we're Martin Tyler and Gary Neville with accents, but I'll let you know that I'm quite not fresh. Instant replay on goal time. We do not have that technology, as we are just using a phone to stream. But the other game does have instant replay.
The other game, of course, being Toronto against Dubai A. That goal kick's going to come in long. Doke's going to take that down. Sorry, that's not Doke, is it?
That's the Yusuf al-Najfi.
He
passes it to HK. He's going to look for some space to shoot, but Abbasi's quick there to close him down. Pass it back to Ansari. Looks like they're trying to recycle play. That's Mehdi Fadil on the right.
Hus has come all the way back to track. Maz is 1-on-1 with Doki on the edge of the
D.
D.
Just trying to find some space to shoot, and he does manage to.
Yes, he's shot away.
Whiskers wide.
Left shot is just going to fly wide of the post.
Yeah.
It looks like Zaman was almost wrong-footed.
Wrong foot, yeah.
Back across.
Yeah. But that's the thing, with Doki, you never know which way he's going to go. Ball roll onto his left, ball roll onto his right. Shoots with his left, shoots with his right. It's ambidextrous feat from him.
Indeed. Doki here has been one of the best strikers in the tournament so far, and is really showing his class this game. Hasn't got a goal or hasn't put away his chances yet, but he is making them on his own. That goal kick's going to go long up to Mutz. That's going to go all the way into the other box, and Darwish is going to collect. He's going to play that out wide to Ansari. Ansari looking.
He's driving with the ball.
Comes back inside.
It looks like he's just not been challenged at all. He passed it to Mehdi Fadil, but unfortunately his pass was not. And that is the end of the first half. What are your thoughts so far? We've had a lot of feedback from viewers saying that they can't see the other side of the pitch. I'm not sure if I'm able to zoom it. Let me give it a little try.
We're here in the commentary box just going to try and adjust the camera, but unfortunately we're restricted to just using a phone at the moment. We can attempt to zoom in a tiny bit, but of course that means the quality at the back is going to go a little bit. Please just continue to give us our feedback. We can see the comments.
So I have zoomed it a little bit, where you can just about see this side of the goal, but then the problem is you can't see the right side of the pitch. I think that is a lot better. You won't be able to see the.
Unable to get a view from the side or from the other side of the pitch.
Yeah, unfortunately, we only have one camera at the moment.
Having said that,
no, there is a camera pitch side, but I think that's the Watford cameraman who's just recording Watford attacking.
Unfortunately for this game, we are restricted to just solely this view, so we'll try and update you with the commentary as much as we possibly can. When it comes to the final, we'll have both the normal cameras as well as the commentary in position.
We're just gonna look at both teams over there. Stanmore, who are sitting down there, and Watford, who are on the other side there.
Of course, the interesting thing is this is the Northwest London derby, and both sets of boys know each other very well. So it's been a quite interesting first half because not a lot of surprises for either team.
You know, what's interesting to note is there's a few Stanmore players sitting down, but all the Watford players are standing up. So I'm not sure if that's due to levels of fatigue from the teams. But Blues' fitness levels are looking good, looking healthy. I heard they had a vegan meal last night just to get prepared for this. And I heard Doki and Yusuf Al-Najafi went for a swim this morning just to get the blood flowing in their muscles. I don't know if that's actually correct scientifically, but who knows. I'm just going to pan it back to the game and zoom out a bit more so you can catch some of the game.
Let us know again what the sort of optimal view is, because of course we're not focused too much on the camera as we are on the game. So just so we know that the camera's in a good position. Just again, we can see all the comments coming in. Just an update on the score at half-time. It is still 0-0. We'll attempt to continue updating you guys with that as much as possible. Yes, they recited their Nada Ali at the beginning of the game, as is traditional for the Stanmore football teams. And yeah, we'll attempt just for score updates. Again, it's still 0-0. Every few minutes we'll try and update you guys with the scores for anyone coming in to watch. Yeah, I think it's been a pretty interesting half. It's quite cagey because, you know, like, but I think both teams are afraid to overcommit. Because of course if you concede now, the pressure's really on. There's only 15 minutes left between these boys and a final. Of course, with the potential of an extra 10 minutes of extra time, that's 5 minutes a half in extra time. So really, if they score now, they need to hold out for 15 minutes, and that would put them into the final of the Unity Games, of what has been a phenomenal tournament so far, filled with extremely talented teams. Yeah, no problems. And yeah, I think it looks like Stanmore still studying their game plan, deciding what would be the best course of action to take out in this next 15. Both teams looking like they are relatively similar in terms of the fitness. Both teams now coming back out onto the pitch, and of course Watford going to be coming down to this near side where the camera is, and the Stanmore team going to be attacking towards us. Watford going to be attacking away from the camera. Toronto are currently playing at the same time. Their second half is just about to start. They're playing on the other live stream. That stream will have, of course, both cameras in action. So you'll have the pitch side view too. The Toronto game, just to update you on the score, is still 0-0. And that's going into the second half?
Yeah,
going into the second half. Both games are about to start the second half now. That's Stanmore with the kickoffs. Ahmed's going to play that. That's going to go all the way back to Mardi. Mardi's going to play that back across to Yasin, who's come back on for Asif, who I think came on just to see out the half. He's going to play that long up to Ahmed. Ansari's going to calmly take that down.
10, whose name we still do not know.
A latecomer into this tournament, as Watford had an injury problem, so it was Abdeli's going to run into the box. Off the post there, as it goes under Zamin.
And it looks like it's a free kick, but I'm not sure what for.
Is that a goal kick? Is the ref giving a goal kick there?
It seems that way.
Yeah, the ref's giving a goal kick. That was a flying challenge out from Stanmore as he went to go and recover that ball, but the ref had already given a call there, so quite lucky he got away with that one because that would have been fairly dangerous. But Stanmore have recovered from that, and Zaman's going to take this goal kick out.
I think he's going to try go long to Amirali, who's got his hand up. But Abdali's right in front of him, and you know Abdali is excellent at winning headers.
Fantastic
He brings
ball
it down on his
Zamin.
chest, and number 10 intercepts it. But Maz passed it straight into Doki. I'm not sure what that free kick was for.
The refs, as we had mentioned earlier, are very strict with their decisions. So slight contact often leads to a free kick. There have been a fair amount of cards as well this tournament, so if you see something that looks quite light, the chances are it's going to be given. Watford are going to play this free kick out short, and Marty's going to put pressure on that.
Unfortunately, we do not have VAR set up as Virani action replay. Mutvi was not ready to be our assistant, so we do not have that ready. Sorry, guys. We are now, it is still 0. We're about 2 minutes into the second half, so there is still a long way to go.
30 minutes is beside these boys and a final in the Unity Games, so pressure's really on for both teams here. Mehdi's going to drive in from the right, cutting back onto his left.
And
Excellent by Yasin, and he starts the counter attack.
And can they counter? Mogo's there on the right, but Yasin going alone. And sometimes I've seen that given as a foul. Sometimes it's not given as a foul. Usually they give it as a foul because there's a challenge in from behind. But
the ball was won very clearly there, and Yasin got back up. And I think the referee, in those kind of instances, you know, I think when they see the ball go that clearly and they let a couple of seconds pass, they definitely do not come back to blow it.
And excellent block from Mahdi, who blocks Yusuf al-Najafi's shot. It looks like they're not giving Watford any space at all to take a shot. They're leaving that player right at the back, who takes a shot from nowhere. It's a bit of a nothing shot really, but it's because Stanmore are so compact at the back. They're just not giving any space at all.
Yeah, absolutely there. You can see that number 10 was driving into space. I think he saw the space in front of him and was too tempted to take that shot on. Wild in the end under the late pressure coming in from Abbasali. Mahdi's going to take this goal, collect this goal kick. He's going to play it out to Yasin. Yasin's going to look across to Maz, driving into the Watford half. He's going to play that long up to Ahmed. A bit too long for him, but that number 10's touch is pretty good under pressure, and Maz is going to go back out wide to Doki. He's now playing on his left-hand side. Maybe he's just come short for the ball. He's still under pressure. Drives that across to Fado.
Across to Fado, but
Mahdi wins that there. Who's he going to go?
I think he's given a high foot
from Mahdi there. Interesting, because both feet looked like they were high to me. I'm not sure if that was actually the case. Ooh, and in the Toronto game as well, had a chance coming in at the back post.
Huskul has just come off for Murtaza, who is going to come and help defend this free kick.
About 5 minutes gone in this half, and it's still 0-0 for any of you guys who have just joined us. It looks like Doki's going to take this free kick just between the centre circle and the D.
For those of you who might have watched the Toronto, the Watford-Mombasa game, Doki did take a free kick from a similar position against Mombasa, and he hit the crossbar. So it's interesting to see what, and straight into the wall. Stanmore set up excellently.
MJ, inshallah, we are selected for commentary in the final.
Please give some good feedback. So
good feedback will allow us to do it. Otherwise, I think it will be a representative from Dubai.
Yeah. It's a quick throw from Zaman coming up to clear that. Interesting that there was a push on the keeper, and usually the refs are quick to protect the keeper, but there was nothing there. So it looks like the refs are trying to let the game flow a bit more.
Nicely collected there from Zamin under pressure from a shot that came in blocked. Mahdi's going to collect this free kick, the goal kick quickly and play it long. Nobody there this time. Usually you see either the striker or the winger running into that channel, but no one there for him, and Watford are going to have time to bring this one back out. Looks like Stanmore are trying to conserve their energy a little bit. As we mentioned earlier, it's really, really hot, so it looks like both teams will be struggling. That's a big push in the back onto Yasin, but the ref's going to play on. Najfi going to play that off to Doki, who's going to drive inside under pressure from Yasin again, who is a terrier when it comes to getting that ball back. still under pressure, still playing him out to the wide, but this just shows how good Doki is at controlling the ball. Still drives it off, lays it off to Abdali, who's going to come back in. Oh, sorry.
Basically, takes a shot, but he was leading back. It looks like it's a corner, but I didn't.
Interestingly, I thought that was a goal kick.
I didn't see that take any deflection. It looks like Stanmore going to make a substitution. Maz is going to come off for Huskell. Stanmore playing too much long ball. Yeah, it seems that they can't get the ball out from defence to play into midfield because they're playing quite deep. There's no midfield for them to pass to.
To echo Ninja's sentiments there, it looks like Stanmore are playing the long ball here because Watford have such threat on the attack. It means their defenders have to sit deeper, which means there's less chance they're able to play out from the back. So it looks like they try to get the long ball up to Amos, who's got a very good touch. And if they can get that ball up to him, it brings the wingers back into the play. But it hasn't worked out too well so far. Watford going to have this corner. It's going to be out again by Mutt. Watford have really had most of the ball in the Stanmore final third. Haven't made too much with it, as I would say that Stanmore have defended extremely well so far and have looked relatively dangerous on the break. But you think that if a goal's coming, it's going to come for potentially Watford because of the amount that they are pressing. And Mogo's going to collect this corner that went short, and he's going to play that straight out down the line. Watford going to take a throw just between the D and the half. HK, oh no, Doka's going to play that quickly out to Abdali, and that's collected by Yusuf Najafi. He's going to go look inside. He's going to go for a switch out. Yes, he is. Looking to Mehdi Fowler on the wing,
but it's just a little too heavy from number 10.
It looks like Watford now, under the pressure from Stanmore, are trying to guilty of overplaying a little bit sometimes, trying to find that pass that's just a bit too nice.
Score is still 0-0. The Dubai-Toronto game is also still at 0-0. It's looking like it's quite an equal game, but Abbasi out to clear it, but unfortunately there was no one there. Darwish collects that comfortably. He rolls it out to Ansari on the right, and Hus is going to just shuffle across, not apply too much pressure. Ansari with an excellent ball into Yusuf Najafi. Takes a shot, excellently saved by Zamin with his feet.
And the counter's on, and it's
Abbasi
driving out with the ball. Nice little cut.
Oh, sorry, that's Musa. He finds Hus there on the wide, and Amirali is making that run in. A ball in, and Abdali wins that nicely. Unfortunately, you can't see what's happening on the screen over there because of the camera angle.
To be honest, we're not really able to see that side of the
We can't actually move it to show you because there's a wall in the way. But it is a throw to Watford, who are going to launch it out down the line, and you'll see the ball coming down the line.
Right by their own corner flag there. And that's going to make its way all the way down to Yusuf Najafi. Under pressure from Mahdi, who's driving at him. He just had a really good shot. And that's a great block from Mahdi. And Yusuf Najafi, just earlier, that's the first time we've seen a Watford player really drive and just take a quick shot, which was well saved by Zaman, who has been fantastic this tournament so far. Watford going to take that corner short. Back out to Yusuf Najafi and HK.
It looks like there was a cross that Zaman caught, but I don't know what happened. It spilled into the goal, and I think that they're claiming there was a push, but the referees are not having any of it. And this is kind of an issue we saw, that the refs are not very consistent because they'll protect one player but they won't protect another player.
The referees, interestingly as well, have, they are very harsh in a lot of occasions, so they're quite hard to predict in terms of what they're willing to protect and what they're not going to do. Stanmore not happy with that decision so far, but they're going to take that centre quickly.
So it's now 1-0 to Watford, and in the other game Dubai have a penalty against Toronto, which is scored, and Dubai are winning 1-0 now. So both games are 1-0 to Dubai and 1-0 to Watford. And Abbasi is trying to find a ball in, but gets blocked by
Mertz, and he's going to win that throw on. Mertz going to look for that throw on early, but it's going to get a free kick instead. One of those, again, situations where we're not too sure what the ref's giving, but he's going to take that free kick. Comes in low.
Ball free kick straight into Doki.
He lets it run round, and he's one-on-one with Zamin.
And Zamin saves that brilliantly.
Save from Zamin under one-on-one pressure from Yusuf Al-Najfi there, who in that kind of situation you would expect
him to score there. Yeah, that is correct.
So that could be a lifeline for Stanmore. I think they need to use that as motivation to push on again.
They need a goal right now. The score is 1-0 to Watford. Very unlucky goal for Stanmore to concede. It seemed like there was a push on Zamin, but referees didn't give anything. But it's now another corner to Watford.
This is, of course, equally bad news for the commentators who are now going to get relegated for the commentary in the final.
As Stanmore are not in it. As things stand, it's going to be a Dubai Stallions versus Watford final, unless Toronto and Stanmore can nick a goal and try and play for extra time. So slow cross into the front of the goal by Doki, won by Abdali, and Doki out there, but a shot from maybe I'd say about 15 yards out that didn't really test Zamin at all. Zamin takes the quick goal kick out to Mahdi Blue, who's going to drive with it. Mogo is asking to receive it, but there's nothing really there. Mogo out to his goal, lets the ball run across his body, and unfortunately is kicked out for a throw-in by Ansari.
Mogo going to collect that ball in the middle, he's going to play that out to Dibi, he looks to Mahdi. Mahdi plays it across to Yasin. He's gone back inside to Mahdi. Mahdi looking for Mutz, doesn't find him, back out to Yasin. He turns, and well won there by Yasin. Under pressure from Abdali. And Mutz is going to have a second crack at a free kick in a very similar position as the one we just saw a couple of minutes ago. How long left there?
I'd say we're nearing maybe like the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. So Stanmore really need to nick a goal from somewhere.
Into the final third of this half. That's going to go up to Hus. He's going to go across. Oh, good chance blocking Hus. He's going to win that corner. Much better delivery in there from Mutz. And Stanmore's got a chance at the corner now. The score update is of course 1-0 to Watford currently. About 5 minutes left of this half. And the referee has seen something he doesn't like there, and he's going to stop to reset. Yasin arguing with the referee. I think he's saying about a play on.
One ref is saying play on, one ref is stopping for the free kick. This is exactly what we mean about the refs not being consistent with each other. It's been like this all tournament. But the thing is
clearly
wasting time walking around the goal. But what's interesting is there's 2 referees on the pitch, but they don't have any forms of communication with each other. Both referees looking at their watch, and it looks like the ref has got the whistle in his mouth to blow for full time. But I'm not really sure what's happening. It is a throw on to Stanmore, and a goal is needed very, very quickly if Stanmore want to progress further into this tournament. Which just lets that run across his body, and Ansari's there. Interestingly, Watford still have not made any subs. They're playing with the same team that they've started out with. Ali Ansari, Yaqub and Murtaza Nakshwani still on the bench, and Darwish collects that ball in his hands, and he's going to try and launch it out to Mehdi Fadel. A bit of a heavy kick, and Mehdi Fadel, unfortunately, very difficult for him to bring that down, and it's out for a Stanmore throw. For those of you who've just joined, Stanmore are losing 1-0. We're in the last few minutes of the game, and Stanmore looking to nick a goal to stay in this tournament. But there's just nothing happening for Yasin. There's very little movement. And a very, very late tackle from Yusuf Al-Najfi, who is going to get booked and is shown a yellow card for that challenge on Yasin.
Yasin, lucky to actually get away with that a little bit. Looks like he could have lost the ball, and the counter would have been on there with no defenders back as well. Stanmore going to have another free kick from just about halfway.
Can Mutz deliver in another ball into her score?
We've seen it against Dar. The boys can get a comeback. That ball's going to come lofted nicely in, and
Darwish
from Darwish collects it. And he's going to lie on that ball for as long as he can.
I think that has been more than 6 seconds, but
Wasting a lot of time here, Darwish.
and he kicks it long. It should be a win for Mahdi Blue.
He's going to play that cross, but it's straight to Doki.
into
He's going to
Doki's
drive
pass.
back into the box. That's
Excellent challenge from Mutz, who wins the ball
Phenomenal challenge
completely.
there.
And
Rides that challenge.
Yusuf El-Nejfi on a yellow
On a
card.
yellow,
very,
yeah.
very risky challenge from him.
And the refs not going to call the advantage there. Again, we don't understand the way that these refs are operating.
And Mahdi Blue wins that. And
Again, that's
on
the
a yellow
second
card.
time, on a
And,
yellow.
he's trying to break up a counter-attack. Usually we see that given as a yellow card, but we're not really sure what's going through the ref's mind here. Abbasi switches it out wide to Huskul, who's being pressured by Ansari, who it seemed like he was pushed in the back, but the referee's not having any of it. Ansari's going to take that throw. He's going to look to play it down the line to Mehdi Fadel or Doki. He is taking a bit of time to throw that, and he throws it to Mehdi Fadel, who wins the header, and Yusuf El-Nejfi is just going to bring it into the corner.
And he plays that cross into Doki.
He's going to throw it out to Mutz, but number 10 wins the header. Watford trying to get their players to defend as there is very little time left. Just a minute or so, I'd say. Asking for the ball, who switches it out to Abbasli. Abbasli's going to drive with it. He's going to try and play it into Mutz, but Doki out there to defend. Abbasli getting quite frustrated with Murtaza as he was not moving and not creating any space for Abbasli to play in a pass. And it's going to be a Stanmore throw.
And Samuel going to play that throw quickly. And that's again, this is such bad play here from Watford. They're playing really dirty now this time. They've 4 or 5 bad challenges coming in. You don't want to see that in this kind of tournament, really. Unsportsmanlike.
And Doki gives Huskul a little kiss on the head there. Quite common in Iraqi culture. It looks like Huskul's going to take this free kick. Interesting, because the last one, Huskul was there at the back post to header it.
And it's not really within range, but I think Huskul may be looking for a deflection here.
The score is 1-0 to Watford. We are in the last few
minutes of this
game.
Samuel really needs something now.
And Hus to take the free kick. Just over. And it looks like it's going to be a corner. I'm going to go get the ball.
Fizzed in there by Hus. And collects a touch on the way. It's going to be a corner out for Stanmore corner on this left-hand side of the pitch. Just a few minutes left. And they're chasing that equaliser. That ball's going to come back in from my co-host, Ninja. Mutz looking to take this corner from the left-hand side. Looks for the run across the front post. Straight to Dibby, who didn't see it till very late. Oh no, last chance of the game as well. And that concludes this semi-final. Both Dubai have won 1-0 and Stanmore and Watford have won 1-0.
So it looks like it's going to be a Dubai Stallions versus Watford final. And I think that is the end for us from our commentary perspective.
Yeah.
A bit of a upsetting, a bit of a
Deflating.
Yeah, I don't think Watford really did that much more than Stanmore to.
I think I would have liked to see an extra time there to see
But
what the teams are really made of.
At the end of the day, the final score was 1-0 to Watford, and they are going to go through to the finals against Dubai Stallions, which will be played in maybe an hour's time.
And I think that's going to conclude our live stream.
So that is the end. Thank you for listening, thank you for joining, and see you next time.